cards with
Dots.
That's why they're called dot cards. Absolutely. Can you scoot so our friend behind you can see? Let's see. Here's a dot card. Look at my dot card right here. Can anybody tell me what they think this dot card means? Yes, ma'am. It is. A dot is a circle. You're right. Let's see whose eyes are on my dot cards. Why don't you come sit over here by Jabari? Jabari, can you make her some room so she can sit beside you, between you and Mason? Okay. Thank you, Mason, for scooting over so she can sit there. All right, so let's look at my dot card. And it is a circle. A dot is a circle. You're exactly right. How many are on this dot card?
One.
How do you know that?
Until one dot.
You can see one dot?
Yeah.
And if I were to count this one dot, what would I say?
One.
I would say one. You're exactly right. Let's look at this dot card.
Two.
Like this, if you think you know what I want. Like this. Tell me about this dot card. Yes, ma'am. How do you know that? What could you do to prove that this was two? Come up here and show me what you might could do. Let's see what she's going to do to prove that this is two. What could you do? Come sit right here beside me so everybody can see you. If I want to say, how do you know this is two? What could you do? I'll give you a hint. You could use your finger to do something. Would you use your finger to do something to this card? So your friends will know it's two. You could do this. You could, that is two. What about these dots? How could you prove there's two dots?
It's a circle.
They are circles, you're right. Can you use your finger to do something? What could you say if I did this? Say something. How many is that? One, two. I could count those, couldn't I? One, two. Thank you. Go have a seat. Let's look at another one. What would you say, Jabari? It is a circle. How many circles are there? How many dots? How can you prove that? Let's see. Come here, Jabari. Let's see if we can tell how many circles there are. Let's see if Jabari's going to do it right.
All right, Jabari, go show us.
Come show me.
Jabari, count them.
Use your finger and tell me how many there are. One. Do you see more than one? Just one. Just one. Here's another one. Remember? One.
Got two.
One. Are those the same?
Yeah.
Yeah. You say no. Why do you say no? Are they not the same? They are the same? All right, let's look at another one. Thank you, Jabari. You may have a seat. Put your finger on your nose if you think you know how many of these there are dots, how many dots there are. Let's see. Somebody I haven't talked to today. Yes, sir. Two. Can you come show me? Can you show me how you know there's two? Show me. Say something. That's a circle. You're making a circle, but let's count them. Can you count them? Let's turn this way so we can show our friends. Use your fingers to count. What are you going to say? One, two. Let's look at our other two. Are they the same?
Yeah.
Are there two on both cards?
Yeah.
Do they look exactly the same?
Yeah.
Do they?
No.
Tell me how they're different.
It's one up there, one right there, and those on the sides.
Oh, he's exactly right. Let's do it. Let's do a McDonald's. Ready? Dun, 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 dun. And let's add, I'm loving it. Can you add that? I'm loving it. He's exactly right. Could you say that again for your friends? Tell me what you said about these two.
Those two on the side, those two is up there.
Yeah, he said these two are on the sides, like side by side. And these one's up above the other one, isn't it? But they're still what?
Not the same.
They're not the same, but there's still how many? There's still two. There are still two. Let's try another one. This is a trick one. Are you ready? How many?
Zero.
Zeros. I heard someone say none. What does that mean?
Zero Zero.
It means there's 0. It means there are
No.
none. There are no dots on this card, are there? So that's 0 or none. 0. Oh, too smart. I couldn't trick you. All right, let's look at another one. When you think you know how many dots there are, put your, I haven't even shown it to you. Put your finger on your nose if you think you know how many. Yes, ma'am. How many? Come up and let's see if we can prove that. Tell them what you said. You said there are, she said 2. Let's see if we can count and see how many there are. So sit back so Jabari can see. Count for me.
Jabari, sit crisscross.
3. How many dots are on the card? There are 3 dots on this card. Can you tell me something about where the dots are? How do you see these dots? Yeah. She said there's 1 right here and there's 1, 2 right here. But it's still how many? It's still 3. Let's put that card right there. Let's look at this one. When you think you know how many dots there are, put your finger on your nose. Wow. Mason, how many dots? 3. Can you come prove it to me? One, 2, 3. Can you tell me something about your dots? How do you see these dots? Yes, that we hear that blowing in the breeze. Tell me how you see these dots. Let's see who else can see it. Who can help Mason say how they see these dots? Tell me, how do you see them? They are all black. You're exactly right. Yes, sir.
Hey, 2 on the sides and 1 down on the bottom.
Yeah, there's 2 at the top maybe and 1 below it. Is that how you see it? How many of you see that? 2 on top, 1 below. Give me a thumbs up if you see that. Thumbs up. Nice job. Thank you, Mason. Let's put that one right there. Okay, let's look at another one. Put your finger on your nose if you can tell me how many dots. Put your finger on your nose if you can tell me how many dots. Yes, ma'am. 3. Come prove it to me.
1,
And how do you see these dots? How do you see them?
yes, sir.
They are circles. How are they arranged? Oh, she said there's 1 right here and there's 2 down here. It's a little bit different than this one, isn't it? Let's see whose eyes are right here on my dot cards. Are these the same?
No.
No. Remember, this one had 2 on top and 1 on the bottom. This one had 1 on top, 2 on the bottom. Are they both 3? You don't?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think these are both 3. Hands down. Raise your hand if you think these are not 3, both 3. You done? Mason, come up and let's count them. Let's see if we can prove it. Count this card.
1, 2, 3.
So that one's 3. Count this card.
1, 2, 3.
Are they both 3? Yes, they are. Mason proved it, didn't he? So you can have 2 on top and 1 on bottom, or 1 on top and 2 on bottom, and they're both still 3. Yes? Let's look at another one. Whoops. Thank you for putting that. Oh. Look at these dots. Put your finger on your nose if you think you know how many are here. And you can prove it. Yes, sir. Come up. Is there 3 dots? Are there 3 dots? Yes, there are. Tell me something about these 3 dots to our friends. How do you see it? They are circles. Can you tell me about how they're arranged? Oh, they're circles just like them? Yes, they are. Look at this card. Let's look at this card for just a second, these 2. They're both 3. Are they arranged exactly the same? No, they're not. What do you notice about this one? So we have 2 together and then 1 off by itself. But it's still 3. Nice job. Let's give ourselves 3 snaps. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So let's look at the cards right here. Thank you. You can go have a seat. Whoops, not that card. That card is not going to go there. Look at those cards for just a second. Put your finger on your nose if you can tell me which one does not belong. Which card does not belong? Finger right here if you think you know. Yes, ma'am. Which one does not belong? Tell me why. Say that nice and loud. Because it's what? All the rest of them are 3 except for this one. And how many does that one have?
2.
It only has 2. All right, so let's take that one away. All right, thank you. Who can tell me something about all of these cards? Use words to tell me something about all of these cards. Yes, sir. They are all what?
3.
They are all 3. Use your eyes and think inside your head and count the number on each card. See if they're all 3.
1, 2.
Oh, inside your head. Count inside your head. So give me a thumbs up if you think that all of those cards have 3 dots on them. Thumbs up if you think all of those cards have 3 dots. Very nice. Thank you. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our seats. And I'm